Welcome to the Locker, Season 3, Episode numero uno. I'm your man, A. White, along with Van House. What has it been? It might have been a whole month since we've been together. A lot of things has taken place. This is the first episode of 2022. What's new, man?
Man, I am good. Took a little vacay with the family, went out west, got caught up, got those 2 extra hours of sleep. I'm feeling good. We pulled out a bowl game, a bowl win, which I don't think people understand how improbable that game was with all the stuff that we went through. Oh, man, I said it, I tweeted, I've talked about it. I think that's the biggest game in Stoops' era. And here's why.
You said this, man. Here we go.
This is why I say this. This is why I say
every game you win is the biggest game.
This is why I say it. Because of all the crap you lose your best defensive lineman, you lose your left tackle, you lose your starting inside linebacker, you lose your number 2 receiver. You have to reshuffle your offensive line around at the last minute in a couple days. That means Horsey didn't get any left tackle reps all of real prep time where the week starts, where the bowl practice starts. He got none of that. Quentin Wilson didn't get none of left guard practice. You have guys like, dude, I had to look up the roster to know who the hell was on the defensive line. I'm like, who's 91? I don't know who that is. I had to start looking, dude. I know I just went off, but I'm gonna finish. We had a lineup, dude, of Anili, Josiah, Ripka, KD McDaniels, Jordan Wright, Thor, Jackson, Geiger, Youssef, and Mosley and Valentine all on the field at the same time. Would you have ever imagined all the guys being on the field at the same time on defense? I know I wouldn't have. And defense still only gave up 17 points. Dude, so that's why I think, and it carries the momentum for next year. That's why I say the biggest one. I think the Florida games, the Florida wins were big wins. But if we lose this game, the confidence and the momentum going to spring practice takes a little bit of a plateau. For them guys to win that game with all those big boys out, with Pascal out, and with Jock Jones out, and with Square being hurt, dude, that keeps that going. That's why I think it's the biggest game.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna ask you this.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that first. Let me say that. But if you're saying if they had lost the game, this, that, and the other, first of all, if they lost the game, you already got to build an excuse that we were down people. And if we lost the game, I feel like, and see, you don't have the same respect I have for bowl games because you only went to one. So you only know how it feels to go to one. Like when you go to multiple, you kind of like, that's bullshit, man, old bullshit bowl game. I feel like it's just an extra game that you could take advantage of if you desire. But I don't feel like it really counts to me. That's why, like the Alabama, the bigger teams in the world, Ohio State, Alabama, when they're not playing the national championship, it's like, man, players ain't gonna play, and everybody should play. I don't agree with that. But I'm gonna ask you this: you said it's the biggest game because we were down so many players, and to me, if we had lost, then we lost because we were down so many players. But you said it's the biggest game because we won for all the reasons you just said. We won down all those players, so it speaks volumes to what Stoops has created and what has happened. Even with the little bullshit red zone play calling. But I'm saying, but you act like it's the biggest game either way. No, it's only the biggest game because we won. If it wasn't the biggest game, bowl games don't matter.
So that's why I said plateaus. This is why I say it's the biggest game. Because how much confidence, honestly, did you have in Trevon Ripka to be a legitimate replacement for Pascal before this game?
There's no such thing as legitimate replacement.
Okay, as a legitimate option, because there are some people talking about we needed to get a defensive tackle in the portal. I think Ripka has shown during this game that he is the next field tackle.
Possibly, man. I put possibly. You already got the inside scoop. So, I not that I disagree with what you're saying, but I also believe, man. Like I said, you and I come from two different backgrounds of our evolution through the University of Kentucky. I was never a terrible player, but I was never on the field as if I was a terrible player up until I was on the field. Well, I can't. Yeah, no, I'm gonna say terrible because it went so far as to not being in the lineup. So I'm saying those guys that are not in the lineup, I don't know if Ripka's gonna be the guy going forward. Next, only person I ever told you on that D line that I knew wasn't gonna get no shine was Isaiah Gibson. That's the only one I told you for sure.
Hold on. For what you're saying, right? You said the key word. You have inside knowledge, right? You have a mole that stands up in front of the. He's not on the wall. He's on 2 feet. So I understand. But to the other people who don't have insider trading knowledge,
yeah,
he showed some things to me. Now, there were some things that I did not like, but there's a lot of stuff that I like. There's a lot of stuff that I say, okay, I can see him stepping in that spot. The reason why I say I can see him stepping in that spot, because now, I don't know, like you said, you went to a lot of bowl games. The bowl game I went to, I gained a lot of confidence because I played safety. I got a lot of confidence during that bowl prep because Coach Curry gave the starters a little bit of a break. So the backups had to play, some of them. And I got confidence during that week. That confidence propelled me into spring football. I think that the game film on Ripka gives him something to look at, the good and the bad, and propel him to hopefully elevate like Bully elevated this year. I think Ripka can elevate. I think those Sam Neely can elevate. He's not quite ready, but but I think that helps him. Now he's like, okay, all right, I thought I was good, but these MFers, they got up in me. And I couldn't do nothing about it. So now I know I got something to work at. I think having those guys play, and the reason why I say it's big is because having those guys play and win says that, oh, we can win without the big dogs. I think that's why it's important. And probably I'm saying I might be overstretching a little bit, but that's why I think it's important because some of these guys like Thor hasn't seen that much playing time. Derek Jackson just came back. To get in live, have live game action and live bullets against a really good team, I think will help them next year with their confidence and saying, okay, I can play with them. Okay, I got a little swag now. That's why I think and Valentine played his best game of the year.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with anything you said. All I was saying was that Ripka has shown, and we had Stu on Sunday morning. They asked about him, and we were talking about next year if Bully don't come back, what it's going to look like losing Josh and those guys. And he said, they started naming off Josiah, Justin. They was naming off all the guys you expect to name off. Ox coming back, and he said, man, don't forget about Ripka. And that's why I'm saying this: Ripka ain't playing one because of a guy named Josh,
right?
But the one thing that you do have a point of, he been back there doing what he's doing, and Stu had to give him a chance. And you hit the nail on the head. Now that Stu sees what he can do, Now Stu can take the offseason and mess with him. In the hood term, we say F with him. So now he can F with him. So, but this is the thing about Stu. If he effing with you and you absorbing everything and you asking coach for more, hey, I want some more. You come back for seconds, third, and fourth, you're going to see a Josh Pascal.
Right.
You also spoke on Bully. Yeah, Bully was out there just playing ball, I think, but Stu ain't on that. No, if you're not preparing yourself 100%, and that's why I'm really not so surprised that the players we were down, especially on the defensive front line, the coach expects so much out of you that you're gonna play hard, you're gonna be fundamentally and technically sound most of the time, anyways, and you're gonna give effort. But like you said, there's a mulligan to give these younger guys when you didn't expect to play. Your expectation ain't to be, but if you out there just playing wild and free, and that's the thing, man, you got a student gave you all the tools. So no, I don't exactly disagree with what you're saying, but after, just talking to Coach Stu, I just know it's going to be an open battle at the defensive line position. All of them, it's going to be deep. It's going to be open battles that the person going to win going to do the little things. So that means Rip, and you stated it perfectly. Rip going to put some tape out there where now all the stars and the hype from the other guys around them. Now you got to go ahead and look at the tape a little bit.
Look, the best thing for a player is to have the tape. The bad thing for the player is to have the tape. because now here's where it is. The good thing for a player is, coach, I just showed you on tape against a good offensive line that I can get it done. Now, the bad thing is, coach, I showed you. Now, the coach said, you showed me on tape that you can get it done. Now I want your ass to do it all the time. Because now I've seen it. So now you can do it. Now, don't give me this bullshit excuse like, oh, well, coach, I don't. No. Let me rewind it to the third and of the second and whatever. And Ripka beat the best center, tried to reach him. He ripped him, went through him, made a TFL. Now, that's what I want to see as a coach every play. I don't want to see nothing else. When your ass get tired, tap out. We'll bring somebody else in. I don't want to see this bull that I've seen before. Now, I saw the best center in the country. You did it. Now let's get consistent. No, man. Look, big men got to dance, dude. No, I ain't got nothing. Nah.
No, he been watching old big boy from Clemson, man. That be doing the splits and all that stuff, man. That's what he been watching. That's why he ain't satisfied.
I ain't got no problem with when you get a TFL on that play to save that drive, man. He could have done backflips. That play was so big.
we gonna come back to the game because you took the thing off the rails.
I'm sorry,
dude. We ain't had a show in 3, and we ain't had probably a show between the both of us like 4 weeks. Man, we done had signing day.
You're right.
We done had bowl game preparation. We done had. You said we were down our number 2 receiver. We were down our number 2 and 3 receiver.
I don't know if we call Josh Ali the number 3 receiver, but okay.
Wait a minute, who you calling number 2?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know if you call it Epps.
And
I think Harris is your number 3 receiver.
Yeah. Argument.
I mean, yeah, but I got yeah.
So this is what I was gonna lead off with, man.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
he's big.
Big, man. He's bigger than Jordan Davis. He's bigger than Jordan Davis, dude.
Yes. He is Keontae Goodwin big. And we all know how big that motherfucker is.
Yeah. So here's what I was gonna start off with, man.
My bad. All right.
No, it's cool. We can get to the game, and plus the people in the feed was on the game. But if I lead our conversation in the right direction, we're gonna get back to it. But I think they're interested in these type things, man. I got a couple things I'm laying on you.
All right.
Bully said he ain't coming back. I already knew that. But I was gonna play around with you and let you see what you thought. I already knew, but they announced it as well.
Yeah.
We don't know what's gonna go on Wandale.
He's gone.
He announced that today.
Yes. Instagram.
For certainty.
it was his Instagram page. He put a video out. It was produced, so he out of here.
Well, we got to talk about that too, then, because well, that's another subject we got to talk about. There was and speaking of Coach Stu, what up, Stu?
Hey,
speaking of Will Levis, does he have a potential? They're speaking about him being potential to be top quarterback in the next year's draft.
Top is pushed.
Not top, not the top, like top, but
okay,
top 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, we got that conversation going on. Rumor that Smoke is gonna get up through.
Okay, I see that.
We don't know if C-Rod has C-Rod. I'm behind. Apparently, I'm behind. Has C-Rod decided what he's gonna do?
Haven't seen anything on C-Rod. I think his is gonna take a little longer.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna start here. This round I'm gonna start with me. Those are some of the things that's been transpired since we last had a show.
Right.
All along, I've heard that Wan'Dale can get name, image, and likeness.
Yes.
For 800 to $1 million, he's coming back. He was only leaving if he had feedback that he was top 3 rounds. Correct. Now hold on.
Correct.
If you are mentioned in first, if you are projected first and second, then you could be top 3 rounds.
Correct.
And do you agree or do you not agree that if you are mentioned as 3rd round projection, your shit is anywhere from 3rd to 5th, maybe 6th?
It's 3rd to 5th. You're right. I personally, in all honesty, being unbiased, and it's not my son, I think he should come back. Because this is why.
Football reasons?
Huh? For football reasons? Yes. Because there are going to be some GMs that's going to say, we haven't seen enough film on you playing wide receiver at this level, with now teams having game film on you and having all off season to prepare for you. So I don't know. The receiving class coming out next year is good too. But I think he could have been a solid 2nd round pick coming back next year to, like you saying, being a potential. It's not a solid. No one that says he's a solid 3rd round. He is a potential 3rd round. It's a total difference. It's like, I think Kennard is a solid 2nd rounder. I don't think he gets past the 2nd round. He might go to the 3rd if some crazy. See, the draft, people understand, the draft can go crazy. And you can be sliding in the 2nd round and someone trades and you lose. The team who wants you trade your pick, or someone gives them something that they really covet, and now you just fall. But I don't think Kennard falls past the 3rd. I think he's a solid 2nd, potential late 1st, solid 2nd, ain't falling past the 3rd.
Right.
Like you said, Wan'Dale is looking at Rondale Moore. Rondale Moore is a 2nd round pick. He's thinking in his head that I'm the same person. So why can't I be 2nd or 3rd round?
Hold on. But has Rondale Moore did enough in the NFL to warrant it was worth the 2nd round pick?
He has. But you look at Rondale Moore balled out. Here's the problem though. Rondale Moore had 2 years of good tape.
Yeah.
He was all freshman Big Ten and all Big Ten the next year. Wan'Dale has never been all conference until this year.
Yeah.
Now, I understand it's the best conference, but still, he's only had 1 year of producing top draft pick type numbers.
Right.
So that's why I will come back, because like you said, dude, it will hurt me if he falls to the 4th or the 5th, because the draft goes a certain way, and not because of his fault, and not because the teams really don't want him, but shit happens in the draft. I personally think he should come back.
What's the likelihood? What's the likelihood of this? Because everything I've heard for certainty from people who know people was that he was coming back unless he knew he was top 3 rounds.
Correct.
Now, I don't know. Me and you on the same page. I'm not for certain that he guaranteed himself top 3 rounds. And we both agree that I doubt his first. Probably not second. But if you bank it on third, that's a hell of a bank to leave a year on the table. Because there's a lot of different cash between third and fifth. But if you talk, what's the likelihood that they talked to the people and they told him to his face, well, if you come back, it's not going to change my mind if you replicate or even improve on next year. It's not going to change nobody. It's not going to change anybody's mind. If you hear that from most of the scouts, and that's where Randall Cobb was, because I thought Randall Cobb was really good, but I was like, And the thing was, like, if you come back another year, no matter what you do, we're not going to. You couldn't build yourself to the first round. And so I don't know if we agree. Is there a way for Wan'Dale size, given his size, is there a way for him to work himself into a first or second round? Which probably not first, just size in general. And the need for receivers at this point ain't there.
Yeah. He's a definitely second round pick, though. If he came back next year and put up 90 receptions with 990 plus yards, yes, he slides in the second round. If he does well in the comeback, if he tests out well, yes, he's a solid second round pick. That still doesn't mean he can't slide to the third, but he's a solid. Damn, didn't Lynn Bowden go in the third round?
Yeah.
He is a better receiver than Lynn is.
Lynn's a little bit bigger.
Lynn is bigger, and the thing Lynn showed, he had a great year. Then he showed that he can do everything.
Yeah.
From punt return to quarterback. So then that makes him valuable.
Yeah.
Wan'Dale hasn't shown that he can be a punt returner. I honestly don't think he can be. I don't think he wants that smoke. It takes a special person to want that smoke with a ball in the air. You looking up and someone's barreling down your throat. I don't know if he's a punt returner.
He wasn't aggressive enough, and you and I both know to be a punt returner in the league, that's your only thing. It's like a gunner on kickoff. You gotta be causing tackle. You gotta make a tackle every time. But if they make you a punt returner, you gotta be aggressive. That's your only opportunity. That's your whole value.
That ball can't bounce.
Yeah.
You gotta catch it.
You gotta field it at the very least.
So I don't know, man. This is why I still think he should come back, is that you can get protection insurance and he's going to make 7 figures in college. And like I say, I'm going to say it forever, and people can say I shouldn't be saying it. He ain't got to go to class in the fall. He got to finish this spring semester out and then just ball out. And if you don't go class in the fall, you ain't gonna play in the bowl game because you're gonna be academically ineligible. So you can say, so you ain't gotta opt out of the bowl. You are not eligible for the bowl because you ain't going to class. So that's all I say. Look, man, but what he gave to this team, what he's done this year, I mean, if he wants to leave, dude, test the waters. I just think coming back, you can solidify yourself as a higher draft pick than what you're going to be this year. That's all.
I'm trying to. I don't want to watch the video while we're on there. I'm looking at this. I gotta watch it myself when we get off of here. I guess I'm gonna flip the script again. We got some good questions coming in, so we're gonna get back to those people as well, and then we're gonna finish it off. Talking about our takeaway from the game, because we already gave you what we thought happened in the game. But Lake Dog said Bully 7th round. Any surprises?
I don't think he's a 7th round pick.
You don't think he's 7th round?
I think he's higher than 7th round.
For what reasons? Do you not realize he missed most of the season? And you realize he showed a bunch of damn potential coming into this season. But do you realize? No, because I know you don't realize this because you don't have the inside scoop. What has he done since he's been injured as far as not filming, weight room, maintaining weight, lead the team, If he just been bullshitting since his injury, his stock is falling back to where it was last year. But go ahead.
What he showed against Linderbaum on Saturday his explosiveness off the ball at that size. Now the problem he has is that there's not that many 3-4 teams. We ain't got 23-4 teams that need a true nose to anchor their defense. There's
Right.
a limited number. So now you got to find a team that needs a young backup nose tackle. I think he's better than a 7th round. I honestly think he can play a 1-tech because he's explosive. He's not Q. Q is limited to a definite 0-tech. He is. Yeah. It's kind of like Vince Wilfork for the Patriots. He could only play 0. I think Bully can play a 1-tech. He's quick enough off the ball. I think he can play a 1-tech. So I think he can go 4th to 5th if he tests out well. But he's got to test out well. That's the whole. See, this is the thing that bothers me about when you got to make a decision to opt in or opt out, is you can't do it after the combine or after getting tested. Because if he goes out and run, I'm just going to throw a crazy number. Let's say he goes out and runs a 6-second 40 and he throws up 5 reps at 225. He is not getting picked up probably nowhere. He would be lucky to be a signed free agent. So those are the things. I don't know how he's going to test, but his get off the ball and his push, his penetration has been second to none. If you look at the tape all year for the games he played, for the games he played, he showed that he can get that push. So for me, I think he's a 4th, 5th rounder. I don't think he gets past the 6th round. I don't think he's 7th round. I think he's higher than that.
Okay. I ain't about to, like I said, I don't know if he's helped himself any since his injury is one thing I'm worried about.
All right. Well,
that's all I'm saying. There's a bunch of super seniors, so the draft's a little different. Yeah, here's another good question. Man, Lake Dog is chiming him in. And I've been wondering this. I was in Dayton the other week, and there's a guy that's helping. There's a guy from Ohio working with the Ohio players on name, image, and likeness. He just happened to be at the damn New Year's party I was at. He asked about all the Ohio players on Kentucky's roster.
Oh.
And I thought he was bullshitting because he didn't look the part. He thought I was bullshitting because how random is it that you got an insider with Kentucky sports just sitting here at a damn. And he started asking me, calling people by their first name, nicknames. He asked about Valentine. He asked about this person. He asked about Jutan. He asked about then he said donut. And I looked at him and was like, donuts in the doghouse. Like if you can get him a name, image, and likeness, that's fine. And I'm with Lake Dog. What happened to Donut? I know I ain't got that inside scoop. I'd have asked a bunch of people. Nobody has an inside scoop on D Nizzle. And why is he not in the damn transfer portal? If you ain't seeing no burn.
This is what I see. And I just saw it just now. You was talking and things started going through my head. He came here in 2020. That's a free year. Right?
Right.
Since he was at receiver, they didn't want to use that as a free year. But since they moved the running back, that's a free year. Now they're gonna wipe that off the board, right?
Right.
So if he played this year and don't play 4 games, he's redshirted. I'm not saying I don't know all the inner workings if he's in the doghouse, because this is when it hit me. I thought he was, because he has, from what I've heard, has some cryptic tweets out. So I was thinking he's out of here.
Right.
This was probably about what's that last team that we played? The New Mexico State game. Yeah. I'm like, he gonna play here. We had Vandy in New Mexico State. He getting no run. I'm like, he's out of here. Because Lavelle Wright done balled out. He's out of here. But then I saw him in the Louisville game on the sideline celebrating like he was happy for Lavelle Wright to get a touchdown. You just don't show that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be millie-mouthing, but his jubilation was like, I'm part of this team still.
Yeah.
So with that, and now how you was talking, could it be they're gonna redshirt him, and now he has 4 years now to battle with Lavelle Wright and Caden Mormon and be that change-up back. He ain't them. But if Jatan is what, a sophomore?
Depending on how you do the numbers, depending on how you do the COVIDs.
Okay. So did Jatan come in with Donut?
I thought Jatan was here 2 years, this second year.
So he came in 2020.
Yeah.
So he's the same.
Well, I mean, if you don't count last year, if you take the 2020, if you take 2020 out, he played too much this year.
Yeah, he's this year count. So Donut has a year behind him. I can see it being I'm not saying I don't know what they're doing. They could also use it a redshirt year to move his ass back to receiver.
That's my question. Here's my problem with all this. Everything you saying is on point, on par. We got all kinds of vacancies and issues at receiver, and this is what pisses me off. That if he can't play running back, because obviously you done played, Smoke, whenever Smoke's available, he gets a few reps. Jatan then obviously moved into number 2. Like you said, then when there's some burn time to get some just some kill the clock time, now you got Lavelle in there. So it's like shit. He deep down but if his red shirt is understandable. But from what Jatan has done and what Lavelle has done, there's no way, even if you were red shirting him, to come in next year and say, hey, Jatan, hey, Lavelle, we have to slide him to number 2 or 3. Hold on. And there's so much opportunity at the receiver position. Dude, we got Ray Lewis's sons playing receiver out there. One of the best all-time linebackers playing receiver just because their last name is Lewis. Go ahead, man.
I don't think so. Rashawn Lewis got in the game because we lost Josh Ali and Isaiah Epps. We had depth problems. We ain't got
right, but I'm saying but they moved him from that position.
Yeah.
Which means he would have been in front. He should have been in front of Lewis.
Right. But they moved him because I think I think it's kind of like how they're going to do this Kobe Albert kid next year who can play both sides of the ball. Who is going to fight the hardest for him? I think Settle fought hard for Donut to come to his room because he recruited him as a running back. I think he was like, he's coming to me. Y'all ain't playing him anyway. Let him come to me. Here's why I think what you said can get him some run next year. We played 3 running backs this year. We played C-Rod, Smoke, and Jatan. None of them boys that you just named, Jatan or Lavelle Wright, what's up, mama, or bell cows like C-Rod can be.
Right.
I don't think you can hand the ball to Jatan 20, 30 times a game. He might get 15 or 20 touches, but some of those are going to be out the backfield. Right, I don't think Lavelle Wright is at the moment now where he can get 20 touches. So now you're going to have to rotate those 3 in. I think you can get some more run at running back next year because of that fact that they don't have a guy who can carry the load like C-Rod can. So, but we'll see. If he's not, here's the thing. If he's not in the portal right now, he ain't getting in the portal.
Maybe his own worst enemy. I got a sinking suspicion that he's in the doghouse.
Probably is.
And maybe you don't know he's in the doghouse.
Oh, you know you're a dog when you get no run. Okay, if he don't race in the doghouse, he ain't smart.
I got an inkling that he's in the doghouse.
Something ain't right.
Right.
Something ain't right. I'm gonna say this. This is what I'm gonna give him that much of a pass. If you can see that hair right there, that's that much of a pass I'm giving him. It's hard for a stud high school baller to come to college and they switch your ass from what you did in high school to something you didn't do in college. Then they're gonna switch you back. So he just done 2 positions in 2 different offenses. I think personally, with some of these kids, he ain't putting in the work.
I just told you. Did I just not tell you? Did I just not tell you? I got an inkling.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm at the Larry Vaught you, man.
I got you.
My context gonna have to get a little better with you.
How many times have we talked about you got to practice? And practice includes, I don't think it depends on how Coach Stoops is. Practice goes to the classroom too. If your ass ain't going to class, if your ass ain't doing your best in weight room, your ass ain't going to study hall, you ain't in the film room, you screwing up on plays in practice. If they put you on scout teams, you can't read the card right. All that plays a factor. And I think, for me personally, him being in the position he was in high school, I don't think he was ready for not being top dog when he got to college.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same thing happened with Lynn Bowden. Lynn Bowden had to readjust himself real quickly.
Yeah. But that's one thing I think is a fault of Stoops. And I don't know, I guess it's working for him. It's working for some reason, but it could work a whole lot better. Stoops is scared to put these little motherfuckers in their place. Stoops don't like he allows me, and some of them flourish, some of them get away with it and flourish, but you may not be aware there's a lot of them MFers who get away with the stuff and don't flourish. And now position coaches and everybody got to deal with them. Then everybody wondering why is so-and-so in the portal? Because he don't want to do what he's asked to do. And both you and I both, now my background's a little different. My career is a little different, but we are both cerebral athletes. You just tell me what to do. Let me figure it out. It ain't just tell me, go out there and do this. There's some idiots you say run through a wall and they will run through the damn wall. But I need to understand what you're asking me to do for me to be at my best. Because I'm patient to the hole, then I burst, or if I just burst, there's a lot of different things if I'm going to chip on them. But I think Stoops has it to where if these guys come in and think they're good, we got to give them an opportunity to think they're good. Now, once they start getting an opportunity, you can't tell them, hey, look, you got to do this. If they start to prosper, you can't make them watch no more film or work on some technique. But the ones who don't prosper, they asking for playing time, they getting playing time because the coach done promised them playing time. And so that's why I think that may be the issue with Donut. I don't know, but the one thing you and I both agree on, man, if the writing on the wall don't show you on the depth chart, we got to see what that portal talking about, man.
Hey, also, it's hard for us to grasp it. And you know this because you have coached middle school football. Kids are different. Not all of them.
Right.
But kids are different. Kids getting a lot of there's a lot of people in their ears saying that. I'm telling my kids right now, my daughter right now, coach just asked her today, she might not have to move up in middle school basketball and play with the 8th graders.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, because who gives a damn when you our age? Anthony, if I came to you and said, Anthony, bro, you know what, man? When I was in 6th grade, I averaged 35, 12, and 12 player. I was a big 6th grader in the city, man. What you gonna say? You're gonna be like, man, what the fuck? You 6th grade, who get right?
Right.
So it's like, who cares about that? But some of these kids, dude, like there's a kid in Louisville I heard that we offered him, and he's 12, 13 years old. You can't take him off that pedestal.
We did something with didn't we do something like that with your boy? The big dude, Goodwin. Didn't we do something like that?
Yeah,
like 8th grade and 9th grade,
I think. Right.
Huh? Yeah.
We offered him 8th grade.
Yeah,
so what I'm saying is that now these kids, when we were growing up, nobody knew who you were until you were probably a sophomore, even if you started as a freshman.
Right.
Now these people know who. Now these kids, the kids are different. Now parents, dude, I had a parent tell me, I said the player wasn't doing what he's supposed to do. And he did some in practice. And I had a meeting with the parents. The parents basically told the kid, hey, don't be saying that. How can I defend you if you say that? Anthony, I'm in the room. I'm in the room with you.
Can you motherfucker see me? I can see you.
Right. So it's like the situation with kids, you can't treat kids like we were treated. You just can't.
Right.
Now, there's some kids who can handle it. There's a lot of kids who can handle it, but the majority of them can't. So you can't be doing the shit that Coach Curry did to us. You got 25 periods, get the period 22 and start all back over. You can't do that no more. You know, you can't handle kids like they handled us. So now you kind of even Saban's doing that to a point. And he get ballers.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask. I don't know where Carter come up with some of this shit at, but Carter, my people, man. He all right. Carter, good people, man. He gonna say Keaton Wade at running. Dude, I already heard Keaton gonna be on the depth chart probably on that outside. On that was that Jack? What he played the Jack? Well, yeah, depending on what kind of weight they put on it. But they say he's gonna be on the depth chart this fall.
Dude, Anthony, I saw him with his shirt off. Dude, he's a high schooler. He looked like a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, here's the thing. He's built properly. I don't know if he's ready to handle that smoke for the SEC, but his frame, dude, he shit.
6'5", 230 out of high school.
That's what I'm saying.
What does that put you about 6'5"? You could easily do 6'5", 245. Easily. And
he's starting off bigger than Anwar was when he came to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Dude, he can ball. There's no Carter. With the amount of depth problem we have at the outside linebacker, especially Jordan Wright leaves, it is no way in hell we need another running back. We just talked about trying to get Donut Run. We got 2 minutes now. There's no way. There's no way. No way. There's no way in hell he's playing running back.
What happened with Joshua Jones with the Cardinals?
I don't know who Joshua Jones is.
He
must be a transfer portal or something.
Oh no, that's he's from Alabama. He's from Alabama. Let me see.
Is he in high school or he's in the portal?
Class of 2022. He committed to us in 19. He must be on our damn depth chart. He committed to us.
He's on the team.
He committed to us in 2019, man.
Never heard of him. Carter be coming up with these obscure kids.
Yeah, let me see.
Carter be on the. Carter be he knows some stuff.
He enrolled in 2020. It said he enrolled in 2000. He enrolled in 2020.
So he enrolled last year.
Okay. I got an inkling he probably ain't going. I got an inkling he probably ain't going to get anything going on. I think Carter just want to ask obscure questions, like you said. I don't think he's going to do anything for us or have an impact for us at this point. Is what I gather.
He's a big man.
Look at big. All right, no.
BT, that's too soon. That's too soon. That's too soon, man.
All right, so dang, what was I was about to ask? I'm gonna say this before we get back on the rails. Dude, do you know who the first person who's the linebacker coach we just lost?
Summerall.
Do you know the first person Summerall's ass signed down there?
Oh, your boy Ross.
Right, Devontae Ross, man. Oh man, come on, man. Oh man, he gonna tear their asses up down there. Big things.
What? So was it a grade thing?
Yeah, it was great. We couldn't get him cleared here.
Okay, because I'm about to say for Summerall to get him like you said, first person means it wasn't attitude deal. It had to be something that he just.
There got to be some laziness. There got to be some laziness where, as there's some type of attitude. If you can't, the standards for you to come to college ain't very high. Now, I understand people have mental situations. People may not be as it or might not have the resources, but they have things to help you if you are in that situation.
Dude, I'm about to go off the rails again. This is for me, and I just had to give. This is track coach, right? He coaches summer track. He's I don't know what you call it. He's not a high school track coach. He's independent, unbelievable coach. I mean, like one of the best. And this guy's requirement off top, you got to have a 3.5 or greater GPA for me to coach you. Ooh. He said, because if you don't have the dedication to that, you and the work ethic and the attitude to get that, you ain't gonna want to listen to me. Mm-hmm. And that means your parent ain't gonna want to listen to me. So he does this IG and so he's like, he does it all the time. Like, all right, guys, anybody come on in. He talks track, talks technique and all this stuff. This kid comes in, coach, dude, I think the kid was like a 10.5. Coach, I need to get the 10.3 to get to college. He's like, okay, all right, that's good. They started talking like, all right, what's your GPA? 2.8, coach. I'm sorry, dude. 3.5 is my minimum. I'm like, dude, he's 10.5. You can get him to a 10.3 for sure. He's like, nah, I just can't do it. I can't trust you're gonna come to practice. Yep. You're gonna waste my time. I'm gonna put in all this effort, and you're not paying me. You're gonna put in all this effort, and I'm gonna dedicate my energy to you, and then I can't. Sorry, man. That doesn't mean that that's you, but that's just a stereotype. And sorry.
That's my thing. I tell people all the damn time. People always talk about their education and a college degree. And I'm like, yeah, I got a college degree. I'm not going to tell you how I got it. I'm not a dummy by any means. But I tell them, I said, all the damn college degrees shows that you had the stick-to-itiveness to go through the process to get that damn piece of paper. Whether that be talk to your teachers whenever you get a bad grade, whether that be to cheat off somebody else, that be rather get your ass up every day. Shit, motherfuckers who drank all night and go take tests drunk, and that didn't mean that you was gonna be this or that and the other. And that's one thing. So I love that you said that guy said that, man. That's one thing I try to tell people that work with me is that, and I don't care if you have a college degree, but that does show that ain't nobody about to go to college for no 4 years or long enough to get a degree and not, you know what I'm saying? You ain't about to do that, get a degree, then sit back and be like, man, look, I'm lazy.
Right.
But like you said, athletes, they are given, that's one thing, the people who, you got a scholarship, those people would have a point if they pointed that out. Like, we giving you a free damn education. If you can't keep a 2.5, then your ass shouldn't be getting that damn free education. I don't care how athletic you are.
I agree with that.
So, yeah. But I'm gonna give a couple more minutes. We'll spend the last 5 minutes on the game a little bit more. We ain't gonna talk about the basketball game, so I don't know what these damn cats doing, man. They do what they want to do when they want to do it. You said we kind of hit on Will being first round, but the other thing I really want to get to, I don't know if you got it, Smoke. And this is one thing that pissed me off about Smoke, man. I like Smoke style. Smoke style ain't like mine. Like, he'll jump around, he like Edgerrin James. Like, I'm more like OJ or Marcus Allen. Like, I slide. Like, if I see something, boom, I hit it and get up through. I don't have like Edgerrin them jokers jump from hole to hole. Yeah. But if people saying if he gonna transfer or not, one, do we agree on this or not? If you are not in the rotation, Kavosiey Smoke, it is due to injury. It's not due to I mean, the amount of injuries and availability. It's not due to that they think Jaton is better than you, which it may be. They're two different styles, but I would like to see them both in the backfield at the same time. Third and 5, 3rd and 7 split. I would love to see them both. But you can't stay healthy. So if you're going to transfer, why are you transferring? But nobody said he's transferring. So I don't want to get the horse in front of the wagon, but I don't know, wagon in front of the horse.
I don't know what to think about Smoke, man. He's a conundrum. He is like, was he really hurt?
That's my question. You stay hurt an awful lot.
Because when did he get hurt? Did he get hurt during bowl week? I didn't hear nothing about it.
He didn't play against Louisville, did he?
Huh?
Oh, so who was skipping through the end zone? Him?
Yeah, he scored in Louisville.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So,
right. So you got hurt between Louisville and bowl. Yeah.
It gives me pause.
Yeah.
We have said it, and I've tweeted it. We said it here. I said it on my stuff. I think Smoke is legit. But you can't be legit without the reps, the live reps in games. But he's shown he got it. I mean, he scored at least 4 touchdowns this year, at least.
Yeah.
So he's
limited time, limited action.
But we got to get you to be on the field. So I don't know, man. I honestly wish he would stay. I would rather see C-Rod go because the way C-Rod played Saturday is more like the C-Rod I thought he would be from jump. I think he showed some things in that game. He still has more than 3 millimeters of tread on his tire. I personally think he needs to go. I don't think he can improve his stock anymore. I don't think he can become a solid something. I just don't think it. But you cannot sneeze at 13, 14 yards in the SEC and not get drafted.
Right.
You can't be the second best running back in the SEC and not get drafted.
Right.
I just can't fathom that ever happen. Being second in the SEC in rushing and not going 5th, 6th round. I just can't see it. So I think he should go. I think he's not going to get any better than that. And I would like to see Smoke try to stay healthy. Smoke might need to do like they do in the NFL. He practices once a week. Practice on Wednesday, or practice on Tuesday, and you go in the ice tub. Wrap a bubble wrap around your ass.
All right, I'll tell you. Hey, I will say this, man. I don't know if you noticed or not. I never missed a practice or a game. I broke my ribs against Georgia.
Right.
We just happened to have a bye week after that. I touched the ball 20 times. I do not know how Cavazier's limited touches due to the rotation or whatever. Now the migraines, I have heard with leg dogs. I have heard migraines, and that's something you really can't monitor.
No,
so you don't know. Like you can't just. But, dude, like you miss a lot of time on the field, and I'm saying that's coming from a motherfucker who didn't miss no time. Like in our younger days, you had to play with injury. That was before people knew about CTE and it's not really so much CTE if your ankle is sprained or your ribs are sore or your shoulder is sublux. But that's the one thing I really can't get at a certain point, you got to tell yourself, man, if I miss any more reps, if I miss any more time, man, I'm going to move down on the depth chart. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be something to keep your eye on if Smoke is actually, if he enters the portal. But he on that same level with Donut with me. If you do enter it, I wouldn't be mad because I think you want to go somewhere. But your issue is not you playing football. Your issue is not you not being able to play football.
Right.
So if you go somewhere else, is that going to change?
I think some of these guys are gonna have a rude awakening about what options they're gonna have in the portal.
Oh yeah. Gonna be like your boy Scalzo, huh?
You ain't
hey,
going.
Hold on, wait. Before y'all close that door.
Dude, people have to understand. See, this is why it's so important to have a good support group. If Ohio State wanted you in 2020, Ohio State then recruited a running back in 2021 and recruited a running back in 2022. Ohio State don't want your ass no more. I mean, that's real talk. Ohio State wanted you in 2019 or 2020. They have moved beyond you now. Because unless you started on a team that you leaving and produce like C-Rod or somebody like that, they might consider you now.
Right.
But you are not a guarantee. You ain't played in 2 years. You are not on their radar in the transfer portal. So you miss your chance to go Ohio State if that's where you want to go.
Right.
So now you are in the SEC with a promising team. You ain't getting no run. Ain't no SEC team's going to want you. They ain't seen you against them.
Right.
Ain't no ACC team going to want you because they ain't seen you against the SEC. Ain't no Big 10, Big 12, Pac-12 team. You're going to have to go to the group of 5 at best. That's real talk. You ain't going nowhere big.
Right.
So it's like Kavase Smoke been here 4 years.
Yeah.
He ain't going where he wants to go. He gonna have to go somewhere where he can. I'm sorry, man. I just screwed the whole setup up. He's gonna have to go somewhere where someone really needs him, and that could be to like. I'm just gonna throw out schools that I know. That could be like to a Southeastern Louisiana. That could be to like a Louisiana Monroe who we played the first game. That could be to a MAC team. He ain't going to Top Shelf.
Right.
Even though I think Kavase Smoke has top shelf talent, them teams have recruited 3 years of talent since you left high school. It ain't going to be that you ain't a starter. For the big boys like Alabama or any SEC big boys, you got to be the starter on another team for them to consider you to come to their team.
Yeah. He asked about KD McDaniels. UCF. I mean, I guess you go UCF. I think one thing people is watching this and they ask some good questions and they don't, one thing you and I do know, I ain't got the inside scoop on everything. I can sit down and get the inside scoop on some stuff. The biggest thing I find on the players when you scratching your heads, like what happened with him? They weren't willing to put in the work. And here's what I'm telling you. This is the BS. What I know. Stoops are allowing these guys to walk around with their bravado and their chest stuck out. The position coaches are the ones who's maintaining their job by making sure these motherfuckers ready to get on the field. Stoops don't care what they do. Stoops don't care if they go to class. Stoops don't care if they watch film. Long as they prepared to play on Saturday, then you're right. Now, if you got a room full of people that can't play on Saturday and Stoops ain't putting a hammer down on these MFers, now the position coach head got to roll. Stoops' head ain't going to roll. But Stoops ain't holding these kids accountable. And the ones that are being held accountable, the pressure is getting too much and they got to go. And that's why the ones who are leaving, I don't think they leaving because they don't think they can play here. Or like you said, Bully is a damn good player. And Bully has had issues doing what the coaches asked him to do the entire time. Coming into this year, everything was gravy. Well, when the injuries and stuff came up, Bully had issues maintaining focus And like I said, Josh Pascal and some of them, I'm sure Corker.
Corker.
Some of you can just look at and tell.
Square.
Like Square, like, man, they gonna come to work every day with their lunch pail. Coach, what you need me to do? They gonna punch their time card. They ain't gonna take no extra break. They ain't gonna take no extra smoke breaks. They ain't gonna leave for an hour and a half for lunch. They ain't gonna clock in late, clock out early.
Yep.
So
no, I agree. Yeah, that's for the people with keen eyes, like with people with good football eyes like us, I can tell you right now who those guys are.
Oh yeah,
the guy I can tell you right now. Right now, I don't want to say names, but I can tell you right now.
Not right now, but right now.
Right now, the guys who are not engulfing themselves. This is what I tell kids. Just told quarterback that went from my school to South Alabama. They go UAB. No, UAB. I told him, you're from a great academic school. You know how to get your books.
Right.
You got to put the same time you put in your books into football. And that goes with everything. That goes nutrition, sleep, weight room, getting that book, getting some receivers out there to run routes with you, preparing yourself for just in case you got to play. You don't get a second chance in this because you were not their top choice. You were not number one. We both know that, right? You need to understand that you got to elevate yourself on this level, and it's not easy because the next thing will happen is 2022. They will recruit a quarterback over your ass, and you won't see the light of day. Because once that freshman do the eclipse over your ass, and there's like a big dark spot over you, you never see the light again. It's over. If an underclassman beats you out, you're done at that position because there's only one. Now you can play DB or linebacker where there's multiple positions. Maybe you can somehow squeak in on the other side. At quarterback, there's one motherfucker that touched the ball.
Right.
And if someone jumps you, it's ball game.
Oh, yeah. So before we get up out of here, man, so take away from the game, I think Lake Dog, I think everybody kind of agree Lake Dog kind of hit on that, man. Square's finishing play. Sealing the game for us, man. I don't know if Chris Rodriguez yelled Betty Wright as he went into the end zone on the last score, but and that ain't even funny, man, because Betty White, wait a minute. Betty White is one of my favorites, man. Not to be mistaken with Betty Wright, the soul singer.
Right.
But yeah, so we take, like I said, we already hit on. We got to, and that's one thing I love. Like I said, we got, like you said earlier, we got to see a lot of the youngsters get a lot of opportunities, so we know going forward. But you kind of make it seem like, well, we didn't need them anyways. We got just them people was missing with some dogs. It would have been a whole. I say we win by 21 had we had our full complete complement of players.
We do to Iowa what Georgia did to Michigan if we have everybody on the team.
Oh yeah.
No. What I'm saying is kind of hindsight's 2020. Is fortunately we won a game with that because now we get confidence going to the offseason. The offense should have fucking still scored 30 points.
Yeah.
Fucking
some
Will Levis missed.
Though. I think
Will Levis missed Riggs wide open on the first field goal.
Yeah.
That might have been the second field goal. On one of them field goals, if damn Horsey gets a block, we got the option. It's touchdown.
Right.
We get penetration. Like, come on, man. It's like, but like I say, Horsey hasn't played left tackle, so I'm gonna give him a pass. There were things that execution wise, Will miss down Rig on the boot wide open. We wouldn't have had to turn the ball over on downs if he just throws the ball to fucking Bates on the damn flat. No one's there.
Yeah.
He's looking at him and won't throw it. So it's like those little things. We should have been up 21-3 at half, and the ball game is over because Iowa don't have an offense to score that many points.
And that is where I think Will Levis is going to have the issues with y'all. Everybody keeps saying top round 1, 2 round. We know that arm is live and lovely and powerful and all this other stuff. But the one thing that Baker Mayfield, a lot of them MFers in the NFL lack is the ability to know when to get the ball out your hands or read the whole field or whatever. And then, like I said, it becomes, I mean, that's worse than, like I said, I think if you get a strong arm, you get an opportunity. I don't think it's a first or second round opportunity, but the ones with an average arm, but can like Bo, I think what Bo Allen is going to be a decent arm, but can get the ball out, can decipher when to get the ball out of your hands, can read the play, anticipate, and all that stuff. And I don't think Will does that very well.
All right, I'm gonna give you a name, and you check it out. Check out Joe Burrow's junior year. Not very good. His senior year, he balled out. Check out Kenny Pickett, his junior year. Not very good. This year, he balls out. I don't know. I think Will Levis has the opportunity, but he's got to put in the work. He's got to put in to be more consistent because what I saw in this game, like all season, is, but there was plays where there was like, okay, he's getting it. Is his ability to anticipate. Some of those sacks was not on the offensive line.
Get it out
your hands. Sacks, about half of them was on him. He looking right down the barrel of a down blitz, and he doesn't get the ball out fast enough. When you throw where the blitz is coming, and he threw where the blitz was coming, he just didn't throw it. It's like
right.
When you see it, you got to, you know what your receiver is doing. You got to throw him open. Throw the damn ball. I think he's got to work on mechanics. When he's get out of whack, his mechanics are horrible, and he cannot anticipate. I don't know if anticipation, you can't teach touch. That's right. I played quarterback. There's deep ball throwers, and there's people who can't throw deep balls. So the touch is something that's innate. I think you can learn anticipation because you read the defense, you turn around, it's not there, boom, which I saw him do that this game. He went boom, boom. And timing was, on the first drive, he was spectacular. In that second half, he was unspectacular. So, and I mean that with the reads and the anticipation and the timing of his throws. Not saying he didn't play well. I'm just saying, but that high level of quarterbacking wasn't there in the second half, but was there. Dude, he didn't miss a damn. He was at least 8 for 8.
Yeah.
To start the game. He was on fire. And then he went down. He seemed like he was scared. It seemed like the game got to a point where he was afraid to make a mistake.
Yeah.
And he just didn't let it rip. That's the stuff he needs to work on. I think, look, Anthony, he was like top 5 quarterback in the SEC this year. You look at the numbers, he was top 5. Matt Corral
in the middle of the road.
Huh?
That's damn near in the middle of the road.
No, that's what I'm saying, but he's top 5, right?
Right.
There's guys leaving. Bryce Young, Heaton Hooker, and him. Bryce Young is in a class of his own. He's 1. There's no 1. But Will Levis can be the next level 1. But he's got to tighten that up. If he's next level 1 and his ability to run and that strong arm, I can see him going 3rd round.
I'm going to say this one more time. We'll get on up out here, man. You just said, I believe I just heard your ass say, look at Joe Burrow. One thing about Will Levis will not have Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase either.
Hold on. No. I'm not saying he's Joe Burrow. I'm saying the evolution of his game. Joe Burrow's got something that Will ain't got. There's in here an ability to time, and there's stuff that Joe Burrow was born with that Will wasn't born with. Will was born with an arm. Joe Burrow was born with a lot of moxie.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a picture of Joe Burrow. This is they got a picture of him with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins acting a certain way. Then they got a picture of him acting a certain way with a couple other players.
Yeah.
He's got that. Mac Jones and Joe Burrow. They got that extra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
That it, man. It's called it, man.
Yes. And Will is a special player. I think he can be Josh Allen for Buffalo. Not our Josh Allen. I think he can be like Josh Allen for Buffalo. They are a very similar player. Not the best accuracy, got a strong arm, and they can beat you with their feet. That's what I think he is.
Well, there we go. And if you are in Lexington, Kentucky, Fayette County Public Schools have been canceled for tomorrow. So kids can stay up late. Parents, you can stay up late. The liquor store may be open for another 45 minutes. But there is no school tomorrow. So in Fayette County, there's no school probably in most of the state because we were one of the last counties to actually close school tomorrow.
COVID?
No, we getting snow. They should have canceled COVID. I heard the middle school or elementary schools across the county, 130 kids went home sick from COVID at all the schools, elementary.
Damn.
So yeah, they gonna have to do something. This is because of snow though.
Okay.
But
dude, Joe Burrow is gangster. I don't think I was here in Baton Rouge. I know some things about Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is that dude, man. Joe got that. Yeah.
Well, we're not gonna run around comparing them to Will Levis.
No, he's not. No. I'm sorry, man. If you took it like he Will can beat Joe Burrow, no, not saying that. I'm just saying he can improve on his numbers from his junior year to his senior year. He can get to close to 4,000 yards passing. Joe Burrow had 5,000 or close to it. Yeah, we ain't getting there. I'm just saying he can improve a little bit.
All right, man. So with that being said, the first show of 2022 is in the books. We're back at it one more time. We are going to close this show out, man. Hop on over. We back at it. I know the last couple weeks of the year, we wasn't extremely consistent, but we had families, and we did have to spend time with them and do some things. But hop on over to YouTube. Y'all been doing a great job, man, and we appreciate that. There's a lot of banter on YouTube, and we getting a lot of notoriety on there. A lot of people following us. They logging on before we even start the show because YouTube offers a lot of features that help y'all keep up with the show. So we do appreciate y'all going over there, liking, subscribing, and following us on there. We are going to close this show out, and we will be back next Wednesday to talk about something different. Maybe the SEC championship or something. NFL. Maybe Antonio Brown may be back in the NFL at that point. We will be back next Wednesday.